Because for example, recently when I went to Nawaz's house to narrate him Saindhav, I knew somewhere he was not interested to do South films. The way he took the first few phone calls and the way his manager was talking to me, and I got to speak to Nawaz bhai as well, and from the way he was talking, somewhere I could pick up that he is not very keen on doing South films.
Maybe he thought he would be made a caricature or...
I don't know what the reasons are, but I started analyzing why. Okay, so I saw his peta. One big thing that I felt was missing was his voice. Okay, so when I met him the very first time, before I even narrated the script, the first question that I asked him was, were you unhappy that somebody else dubbed for you in Tamil? And that got his interest, and he's like, why did you ask that question? Because I told him I saw a lot of your films. I felt the punch in your performance went a little missing because somebody else dubbed for you, because we're so used to you listening to you talk. Then he said, this is exactly my problem. I've been like not considered. Then I said, you don't have to worry, because you listen to the character now, because the character is a non-Telugu speaking guy. You must have seen that.
Yeah, we saw the teaser.
See, a lot in Hyderabad, we have a lot of people who have been living here for a very long time, but they can't speak fluent Telugu.
కరీంనగర్ లో కూడా కొంతమందికి రాదు.
They speak Dakkani, but they can speak broken Telugu. చిన్న Telugu పదాలు మాట్లాడతారు కానీ it is that kind of a character where the pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect. At the same time, the dialogue, I have written the dialogue in such a way that even a non-Hindi, even a Telugu speaking guy will be able to understand what he is trying to say from his antics and from a small translation that happens with him and all.
Okay.
So that's what the conversation started off, and then I understood why he might not have been interested to do South films, and obviously the reason was that he was thinking that his performance was not being amplify అవ్వకుండా ఇంకా తగ్గుతున్న ఫీలింగ్ వచ్చి ఆయన he was not very keen on listening to stories, it seems. But when I went and told that this character is like this, and I don't mind even if your Telugu is not on point, it's fine with me, because there's a non-Telugu speaking guy who is trying to speak in Telugu. It's a very interesting character. Lot of antics, because he's like, everybody around him is talking in Telugu, but he's only guy who's trying to talk in Urdu, Dakkani, and trying to make the other guy understand it. So it is almost like if a non-Hindi guy is sitting in the auditorium, if Nawaz is able to convey the point to the character, then the other guy who can't speak Hindi also will understand what. So Nawaz will go to that point where the other guy is understanding what he is talking about. He might take the help of others, or so the character is like that. So then when he listened to the whole script, he gave me the opportunity to narrate the script for an hour, and when he heard the full story, then he found substance in. And he's like, yes, it's a great story. There is a nice communication in it. We are trying to do something great, so let's do it. Because there is one, there is one a small. I won't call it a message, but we're talking about a group of children suffering from spinal muscular atrophy and all. I've already told about this. So oka voice leni oka group ki. We are trying to say something about them in a very action space.
Okay. Commercial.
Yeah, commercial. I don't know what's commercial.